LiveFit Nation, hello. Welcome to another episode of LiveFit Mindset, here with Mike Peralt.
Hello, LiveFit Nation.
So we got a new topic we want to discuss with you today, and that is the topic of trigger devices. Now, when you talk about trigger devices, Mike, I'm assuming you're not talking about weapons.
No. I'm not talking about the thing on a Glock. No, none of that. We're talking about something that triggers you mentally in either supporting you in the journey that you're on, or even a lot of trigger devices can be ones that hurt you in the journey that you're on, and differentiating between the two is kind of the real trick. Okay,
so negative trigger devices that trigger something in you or bring something up, or positive trigger devices.
It could be anything. Could be an old photo of you at your heaviest. Could be, I'm just speaking for my own cases, so that. It could be something.
A shirt.
A shirt, yeah. A shirt that I just had a shirt on today that is 2 sizes too big. And I look at that and think, oh, I feel like a heavy person when I wear that.
Or a knick-knack that brings back an old memory.
A knick-knack, for sure. A gift from somebody who was cruel to you, you know? Or from somebody who does not necessarily support your choices. All those things that were once positive things can be negative depending on the time of life you picked them up, because we're focusing on things that they may have supported you in the person that you were, but they don't support you in the person that you are.
Okay, so I might be getting a little ahead here, but I think it's obvious. What we're wanting to do is eliminate the negative trigger devices, establish positive trigger devices. So starting with the first part of that, what's the best way to find out what those trigger devices are and eliminate them?
Perfect. Look around to where you spend the most of your time. And if there's anything in there, if it's your office, if it's your bedroom, if it's your living room, if there's anything in there that does not support who you are now, then get rid of it. Put it in a box. Put it in the closet. See how it feels without having that item around there. So, I mean, we're being kind of vague, but I guess I'll talk about the
tell the example.
The example that I have is regarding LiveFit is we actually this person, they know who they are. I'm not going to mention who they are, but they'll see this and they'll know. We did a 5K run. We always do in the parks every 6 weeks, and I forget which one this was, but we were there. And afterwards, we're all kind of panting and stretching and talking about what we had just done, what we had just accomplished. And she has a big shirt on that says, it has Eeyore, the Winnie the Pooh character, and it's on the shirt, and underneath it, I mean, huge print too, big print, and it says underneath it, "Why me?" The big question mark.
Do the Eeyore face?
That's a sound effect too. Trust me, I feel like Eeyore sometimes in the morning. But it says, "Why me?" And I looked at it, and there was no congruity in that message. Somebody who runs a 5K doesn't have the standpoint of "why me?" So I asked her, I said, "Why would you wear that shirt?" And she said, "Oh, I love this shirt. This shirt is me. This is like me. This is who I am." And proving the point that none of us pick anything just arbitrarily. We don't pick it out of the sky because we like it. There's something in our heart that resonates with us that says, that is like me. It reminds me of me. It reminds me of some time in my life. It reminds me of something that I hold dear, and they cling to that. For her, it may have been this mindset. But this mindset, "why me?" is now gone.
Yeah.
A person who thinks, "why me?" and sits at home and they don't run 5Ks. So you've just built evidence that that person is no longer you. So that shirt needs to go, because that shirt does not support you and who you are. Something that small.
So it was something that resonated with her at a certain time, but then obviously without her even noticing from an outsider's perspective, it didn't make sense, it didn't go along with what she had just done.
It's not who she is now.
Yeah.
It's not who she is now. So ideally you want to surround yourself with things that support you in becoming the person that you want to be, not necessarily the person that you are.
Okay.
So, so what I would suggest is, how do these items around you make you feel? If there's something that's great that you love that was a gift from your mother, absolutely, keep it. It's a warm, supportive, loving feeling. If there's something that's from an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend that you look at it and you remind you of them and that relationship was painful and all this stuff, let's face it, folks, I'm going to admit for myself, I'm a food addict. And any little thing is going to set me off. It's going to set me off to go and set myself up to lose. I don't want to do that. I'm going to eliminate all those things that have negative emotions to them and just surround myself with positivity. I'd rather walk on the sunny side of the street when it comes to this.
Okay, good. So it's a matter, like we said, of eliminating those negatives. And when you talk about the positive ones, there's things that you can actually create. It's not like it has to be there by default.
Sure.
But so like I know you mentioned a couple of like the positive trigger devices that you have.
Positive trigger device for me, I have a picture of Alicia's dog, Willow, that she has little Mizuno running shoes on that we got after our first 5K, the first 5K I ever did. And I have that on my fridge. And so when I look at that, I think, wow. Yeah, I'm a runner. I have a 5K thing. It says, congratulations on your 5K. I mean, I ran one. So
it reminds me of Elaine from New York, who has she sent us a picture. She has a picture of Alicia and I on a jar. I believe it's of almonds that's in her cupboard. So when she goes to get her almonds, it reminds her or triggers her of what her portion is and puts that positive influence on her. So those types of items, it's a matter of actually figuring out what a positive trigger device is for you and creating it.
Do more of that. Do more of that. Like whatever it is, if it's an inspirational photo, if it's a picture of a Kenyan marathon runner, if it's a picture of somebody doing a perfect kettlebell swing or a snatch, whatever it may be. I don't know. If you're a religious person, it could be a religious item. Anything like that. And anything that supports you in the person that you want to become. Essentially supports you and holds you accountable to a reputation of the person that you want to be versus holding you down to the person that you may have been. If that makes sense.
And we want to clarify with these negative trigger devices, there's no judgment. There's no criticism involved because every one of us has them. By default, every human being is just going to have them one degree or another. But it's just like we talked about last week in building evidence, where it's proactively making an effort to say, what are the negative ones that I can eliminate and what are the positive ones that I can put in my life to support the path that I'm taking.
And it may seem silly. Trust me, I get it. It may seem silly. I'm a very practical person. But the journey here that we're on, I'm 11 months into this journey and I've just started. And so what I would suggest is that you essentially want to have you want to set yourself up to win. Set yourself up to build that evidence. Manufacture that evidence if you have to. Manufacture yourself running the New York Marathon. Photoshop your face into a picture of you crossing that line with a Kenyan's body on it or whatever it may be. Manufacture it, because right now it's so important that we build that evidence so we know that we for sure can, because we can do whatever it is we say we can because we say so, not because circumstance. I decide I'm going to do this because I say so. I'm going to lose the 200 pounds because I say so. And all it takes is a little bit of evidence. It goes a long way.
Okay, good. So in accordance with that, homework assignment for everyone this week. Make an effort to think about your life, your circumstances. Think about some negative trigger mechanisms or trigger devices that you have around you and eliminate them, whether it means throwing them away, giving them to Goodwill, putting them in the closet, whatever it is, get rid of them, and then make an effort to create positive trigger devices that you can put somewhere that you're going to see it, somewhere that it's going to have an effect on you. Maybe it's on your mirror or on your refrigerator or in your cupboard.
Screensaver on your computer at work. Put something positive there, something that supports you. Maybe it's the countdown to the run you're going to do on Saturday.
There we go. So trigger devices. Eliminate the negative. Let's build up positive ones, and it's going to help us all in our journey. Thank you for joining us this week in LiveFit Mindset, and we'll be back next week with another episode.